women should definitely fight 3-minute rounds because technically you need more time, you know, in a round to really make things happen. 2 minutes was always too fast. I know that there's been a lot of complaints about that. And I just saw a report come out, I think it was through the WBC, where they are sticking fast to just 2-minute rounds. Yeah. So, you know, what can I do? I'm going to fight hard those 2 minutes.
You know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of boxing. Just overall, what do you make of Anthony Joshua in that Klitschko fight, and what do you make of them as fighters?
I like Anthony Joshua. I think that he's a talented fighter. He's a handsome guy. I like his personality. I think he can go a long way. I saw a lot of things he could work on, but I saw some things he did really great. So,
could you list some of those things?
What?
Both on both sides. What do you think he can do well on? What do you think?
Well, he naturally is a big fighter, and he has a really good foundation. But I think that I know he does some really great high-tech training, and I think maybe he might need to go back to the basics on certain things and do some wind sprints and things like that. So when he's ready to let off a barrage of punches, he doesn't just get tired and just be done. Because there's a certain way you have to train as a fighter, and sometimes these big guys work on weights too much, and they need to take it back old school and just really work on conditioning. Different, you know, the type of conditioning that you actually need in the ring. But that's just my 2 cents. But conditioning was my thing.
Yeah.
So.
What'd you make of how Klitschko moved around there? He looked really fluid in that.
Yeah, he looked good, but you know, Klitschko's on his way out, so that's not really my focus. My focus is Anthony Joshua. He's a
Wilder,
great,
right?
Wilder, that'd be a good fight. You know, I think that'd be a good, evenly matched fight.
Canelo Golovkin just got made for September. How do you see that fight?
That's interesting.
How do you see it?
I don't really know. I don't know. I have to wait and see what happens.
I guess, who do you get the advantage to? Because you got a guy that can counterpunch. Okay, that's what I was getting at. A lot of people see it as 50-50. Why do you give Golovkin the advantage?
I'm just going with my gut.
Yeah? Your gut tells you that?
Yeah, he's not always a puncher. I mean, you know, it takes more than just being a puncher.
Yeah.
So.
Mayweather, Mcgregor.
I have nothing to say about that. I absolutely don't even want to see it. No.
Does it make sense financially? I mean,
for who?
It should by pay-per-view buys.
I don't really want to talk about that.
Quick question. So Oscar De La Hoya mentioned that he feels like the state of boxing is diminishing. What is your take on that, and why do you feel that we need to bring more enthusiasm back to the sport?
I didn't say we need to bring more enthusiasm back, but I mean, I can see why he's saying that. A lot of people feel that way, and you know, we just need to make exciting fights. It doesn't necessarily mean go get someone who's not a boxer and make them a boxer, because that's not something I want to see either. But you know, they need to just put good fights together. You got some good up-and-coming fighters in the heavyweight division, which is exciting, and you also have what's his name that just fought? Man.
Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, he was great. Crawford really impressed me, and you know, I want to see more fighters like that. Some guys that we just don't really, you know, see that often. And there's people out there that need to make those fights happen. Stop worrying about these big money fights and put on the fights that are actually competitive.
Thank you.
That's all I can say. Well, it's always going to be business, but at the same time, you know, we need to mix a little more